Last week I showed you how I did a vertical ombre using dip powder, so I figured in today's video I would show you how I do a horizontal ombre using dip powders. And let me tell you, these glitters were a dream to work with as far as ombres go. They applied so easily and they made the ombre effortless. This mani actually kind of gives me New Year's Eve's vibes, so I'm kind of wishing I would have waited, but I'm also really glad I went ahead and did this because I am so happy with the way this turned out. So if you want to see my process for doing a horizontal ombre, stick around and I'll show you. Today's mani is going to be an all Vivid Glam Co mani, so the two dip powders I'm going to be using are Milkmaid and Ball Gown. Milkmaid is Vivid Glam Co's milky white color, and then Ball Gown is a beautiful champagne gold glitter. Now, I'm not a huge fan of gold, but when champagne gold is done right, I really love it, as long as there's not too much yellow in it, which this one is perfect. The dip liquids I'm going to be using are from Vivid Glam Co as well, and don't forget I do have an ambassador code Genie10 to save you 10% off your orders, good through December 1st. Jumping right into my mani, I'm going to be starting with Milkmaid, which is my solid color, and that's going to go on my index and middle fingers as well as my pinky. So I do want a solid base of the color, and then I'm going to sprinkle Ball Gown on top for that ombre. So it's not going to be an ombre where I'm using two eyeshadow brushes to ombre the colors together. Instead, I want that solid foundation as my base, and then I will ombre on top of that. So depending on the look I'm going for, depends on whether I ombre the two colors together or whether I just ombre a glitter on top of my solid. And I kind of wanted just a little cascade of glitter on top of the white, which is why I'm doing it the way I am. So what I'm doing is I am dipping into Milkmaid, and that's going to be, I end up doing 3 full layers because this is a milky white, and you can sort of see the pink peeking through. So it is actually a milky white, but I do have a thin layer of baby pink builder gel as an overlay on my natural nails. So that's really what's peeking through the milky white. So I kind of wish either I didn't have that pink overlay or I would have used a solid opaque white color instead of the milky white. But at the same time, it's kind of neat because it kind of gives like a baby boomer look because you can see that pink peeking through. I ended up doing 3 total layers of Milkmaid instead of my normal process doing 2 layers of color and then capping in clear. So I normally always do 3 total layers, but normally my last layer is clear. But because Milkmaid is a milky white, I decided to do 3 total layers of that and not cap it in clear. I finished my other 2 dips of Milkmaid off camera, but I did not activate them before moving on to Ball Gown. And the reason I did not activate my solids like I do for my normal process of doing my solids, activating, and then going onto the glitters is because I'm going to ombre the glitter on top of it anyway. So if any stray glitters get on the Milkmaid nails before I do the ombre, it's no big deal because they're going to have glitter on them anyway. So it seems like a wasted step. As well as I don't want to end up contaminating my dip base brush. I could risk getting activator on it because I'm going to apply dip base on my nail in order to do the ombre. So it's just easier to just wait to do that. So I'm going ahead and I'm starting on my first layer of Ball Gown. It's going to be a full nail on my ring finger as well as on my thumb. Just look at how mesmerizing this glitter is in just one layer. I could stare at it all day long, but I know we need to get into this ombre. So for the ombre, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush that I get off of Amazon. I'll leave the link for that down below in the description. And dip base is an air dry, so it moves quickly. So I'm going to try to walk you through my process before I actually do it. So for the ombre, for the horizontal ombre, I'm going to point my finger downwards. I don't want it to be straight. I want to point it a little downwards. I'm going to apply my dip base, and then I'm going to dip my eyeshadow brush into the glitter. I'm going to start tapping over my skin and then slowly work my way over my nail towards my cuticle line, towards the center of my nail, however far I want to go. Make sure you're turning your nail to get the sides of your nails as well. And that way, when you have your eyeshadow brush in the glitter, you're tapping the majority off on your skin, so it's not just a dump of glitter on your wet dip base. And so you're tapping the majority off on your skin and then slowly tapping over your cuticle area to get a little bit of the glitter. And then, the further you go down, the less glitter there is, creating that natural cascading faded look. You kind of have to have a lighter hand with this, and if you have a heavier hand, that's why I recommend starting over your skin first and then working your way towards your cuticle line, over your nail, however far you want to go. So that's how my first layer is looking, and that's the only layer I'm going to do. I'm happy with the way that looks. So I'm going to walk you through my middle finger. So I'm applying a full even layer of dip base to my entire nail. I just need a thin layer, but I want to make sure I'm covering my entire nail. It really doesn't have to be my entire nail. I could just do my cuticle line to about halfway to the free edge. I just do the whole nail. Dip my eyeshadow brush into the glitter, point my finger downwards, start tapping the glitter on my skin, and then start working my brush towards my nail, over my nail, moving my finger from side to side, and then moving my brush towards the middle of my nail, however far I want to go, and it's that quick and easy. And I love using the Vivid Glam Co dip base for this because it doesn't dry too quickly on me. I don't know if you can tell if it translates in the video or not, but I'm not rushing. I mean, I can't obviously take my time like I could with a gel base that dries with the lamp, but I am kind of going a little bit slower because I don't have to rush because it's not going to dry too quickly on me. Now that I finished off my dips, I'm going to go ahead and cap everything clear to protect my glitters from filing and buffing. I'm going to activate file and buff off camera, and then I'll be back for top coat. Here's how my mani's looking after a quick file and buff. So now we're going to get into top coat. So in order for dip top coat to dry, it does need activator. So I'm going to go ahead and apply one final thin layer of activator to all my nails. And then I'm going to wait a full 2 minutes for it to dry before I go in with my top coat. For my first layer, I'm going to apply my top coat in 2 to 3 really quick swipes on each nail. In between each nail, I want to make sure that I'm wiping my brush on a lint-free wipe, just in case there's any excess activator. I don't want to end up hardening my brush or contaminating my whole bottle of top coat. When I'm done with my first layer, I will need to go in with a second layer, and you know you're ready for your second layer because your top coat will start looking a little dull and wrinkly, and usually by the time I'm done with my fifth nail, that's the point when I'm ready. So for my second layer, I'm taking my time. I still don't want to take too many strokes because I don't want to look streaky, but I'm making sure my entire nail is covered. I'm making sure to cap my free edge as well. As always, I'm going to finish off my mani by rehydrating my cuticles, so I'm using my Skills of Mermaid cuticle oil in the scent You Bring Me Home, which is one of my favorites. I love it so much. I have it in this roller ball, I have it in a dropper bottle, the balms, all the things. And if there's anything you want to pick up, don't forget you can always use my ambassador code Jeannie10 to save 10% off your orders. And here we are with the finished look. What do you think? I love the way this mani turned out. I kind of feel like it's classic with a bit of bling because you never can go wrong with bling. I feel like this mani would be great for New Year's Eve, but I also feel like it'd be a really great wedding set with the white and the champagne gold. I don't know, I just love this combo and I may have to try this again. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and also helps YouTube recommend me to others, which helps grow my channel. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.